Nadeku urges Nigerians to dominate and occupy Nigeria if the following things continue. So Nadeku, after holding their World Press Conference in the USA, has now come to urge Nigerians to occupy Nigeria. Nadeku is National Democratic Coalition. Okay, so let's dive into the details to see all the conditions they want Nigerians, under which they want Nigerians to occupy Nigeria. In a matter of days, the Nigerian Supreme Court will deliver to the Nigerian people one of two things: justice or injustice. In fact, that is happening today. So Nigerians must be prepared to react accordingly. Nigerians would know injustice when they see it, and by the same token would know if what they get is justice. Nadeku does not want to dictate to the Supreme Court on how to rule, but Nadeku expects that the Nigerian Supreme Court will deliver pure and undiluted justice to the deserving Nigerian people. If Mr. Justice is delivered, Nigeria should prepare to celebrate and embark on Appreciation Monarch and Appreciation March. The Appreciation March is basically to appreciate the Supreme Court justices, okay, for living up to their constitutional responsibilities. For standing on the side of history, Nigerians should carry out a celebratory march to honor the Supreme Court. Now, in the event that Mr. Injustice is delivered by the Supreme Court, Nigerians must also rise up, but only this as a protest, okay, and not as a celebratory march. Guidelines for the protest will be: all protesters must have flags in one hand and water in the other hand. Flags symbolize patriotism, while the water is for peace and energy. We recommend white or green shirts to be worn by the protesters. There must be no violence. Along with protesters, we encourage the security agencies to join in the protest. The army, the civil defense, the police, the DSS, and other agencies, they should sling their weapons and join the protest. It is important for security agencies to join in the protest to ensure that the protests are orderly and without any disturbances. After all, the security personnel are Nigerian. After all the security personnel are Nigerians first. They took an oath to defend and protect the Constitution and not the presidency, to defend Nigeria and Nigerians. All businesses must remain open. The shops and businesses along the protest route should encourage the peaceful protesters by providing water and snacks while where possible. The protesters need water, food, and other items. The protest will continue until elements of injustice are completely flushed out in Nigeria. Demands: Tinubu and Vice President must go. The Senate President and the Deputy must go. INEC Chairman must go. The Speaker of the House of the House should act as the interim president. Okay, the election result must be recounted and audited with the help of forensic experts and aimed by the Diaspora Nigerian Bar Association, aided by Diaspora, okay, Nigerian Bar Association, civil society organizations. And then the new audited result should be announced within 30 days. Wow. So these are the demands that Nadeku has placed on Nigerians to make sure that they recover Nigeria. Will this be possible? Are Nigerians ready for this? I doubt it. And somebody is going to say Nadeku should come to Nigeria and start it first. That is what they will say. Okay. So Nadeku is now planning to to do a march. First march is to appreciate the judiciary if they uphold justice, if Mr. Justice is served. Another one, the second march will be to protest if Mr. Injustice is served. And that will be terrible, I tell you the truth. Nigeria is actually at the brink of collapsing right now and need help. And somebody say good talk. And somebody say set of faceless paid idiots staying abroad safely with their families and intending to use more idiotic minds like them to destabilize Nigeria. They have already failed. Can you imagine? Simon Ekpa masquerading as Nadeku. Okay, oh, and one weary. Okay, where are they? Ida abroad, they command us here. Come to Nigeria and protest instead of staying in the US and fermenting trouble. That's what they're saying. And war Lori Buruku. Victor, so you are such a hypocrite. Why didn't you say so when the same Manderico with this criminal called Tinubu were shouting after 2003 election was notified by Babangida? Okay. Your brain has recapped. Listen to yourself. What are you saying? Your brain must be fixed. They're insulting themselves there. But the fact here remains that Nadeko is calling for protest. Okay? Calling for jubilation on one hand and protest on the other hand. Jubilation if there's justice and protest if there's no justice. But again, are Nigerians ready for this? I doubt if Nigerians are ready for this. I tell you, the tribal bigotry in Nigeria has put Nigeria in a very bad situation. Okay? So it is the judiciary is set today now to pass that judgment, and everybody is waiting. There is suspense in the land, where some people are in suspense, while some are already aware that there's no justice, so there's nothing good to expect. So the obvious here is that there's no justice. From what they did on Monday, they already said that Atiku should go and prove his allegations against Tinubu beyond all reasonable doubt. He should further substantiate his claim that Tinubu forged this result. So with all of that, we have already seen the handwriting on the wall that there's not going to be justice. Already CJN has spoken to the entire judiciary that they are going to follow constitution. They are not going to be moved by the social media tyrants. They are not going to do anything by the opinion or head knowledge of the people, but by the constitution. Again, the constitution has a lot of loopholes. Is it going to help us? Will it serve us better? I doubt.